In the south of WA, surfing is part of the lifeblood for most locals. The beaches around Margaret River and Yellingup have some of the best breaks in the country and are the stomping ground for some of Australia's top surfers. But the idyllic surf scene has been shaken by the increasing number of shark fatalities on the state's coastline. 5 Western Australians have been taken by sharks in the past year, many of them surfers. So last week, the WA government announced a plan to kill sharks that come too close to popular beaches. Under the new policy, when a shark is sighted, a fisheries vessel will be sent to track and assess the situation, and if it is considered an imminent threat to humans, they will try to catch it, and if successful, the shark will be brought to the surface and shot if required. The controversial policy has now divided the WA surfing community and many others.
Look, I'm obviously in vehement disagreement with any decision to cull sharks, particularly great whites. I am a conservationist, but my own agenda is not the priority here. It's the greater well-being not only of sharks but other marine species. I think the major underlying problem is not the influx of shark attacks, but instead the actual fear of sharks. Sharks are not scary, but the media has done a fantastic job at making them appear that way, and that's done primarily off the back of Hollywood, who make billions of dollars from their shark horror movies. There are between 1 to 3 million people in the water at any given time around the world, and only 55 recorded fatalities by shark attack in the last 50 years in Australia. That's 1 a year on average, and comparative to the number of people in the water, that number is virtually none. Yes, there has been a recent surge in prevalence across Western Australia, but it's not completely abnormal. The fatalities, as tragic as they are, have attracted undue media attention. And you'll find that sharks were about the year before, and the one before that, and the one before that. They pose no serious threat. In fact, since 1791, there's only been 216 fatal shark attacks in Australia. That's not a lot. And culling sharks for any reason makes little sense to a scientist because we know that sharks cruise incredible distances per day, and a shark you might see at 6 a.m. will not be the same shark you see at 6 p.m. because that shark is long gone. I think, though, that we need to understand the basics before we overreact. Sharks do not hunt humans in any malicious capacity, and the times they do injure or kill bathers, the circumstances like that of surfing near a seal colony or swimming alone or bathing very early or very late at night are all completely avoidable. When it comes to shark attacks, there are virtually none. Death is more likely by falling piano. And not only that, but great white sharks are beyond critically endangered. There's only between 3,000 to 5,000 left in the wild. So rather than spending millions to kill these animals, we should be investing millions in their conservation and in educating the public on how to safely share their ocean home. Are surfers made firmly aware of where seal colonies are and what is the safest distance to surf in correspondence with them? No. Rather, the government is spending money on signage to tell us not to let our dogs dirty on the pathway and to make sure we pay our parking fees. The ocean is the sharks' domain. It's where they live. It's where they are. They're there. They're beautiful. And we humans should not be insisting that they be anywhere else. And if you don't like it, don't go to the beach. It's not our domain anyway.